Hello again. This is the course of information system development, and we are in the chapter about Django interaction with database. We already finished the basic concept about the Django database, like we can create the database and how can we access the data. So last time we reached one section about how can we query to the database. So let's continue with the query. Yeah, because we did the real-time class at the time, so let me review a little bit about the query. We have done the model example with additional code, and yeah, we are doing the Python shell. If you still remember, we want to get the information from the question and choice. Okay, I think I will need this one, so I will just put, okay, I hope that you have this one. Okay, so you need to call the run manage the py task. Okay, after you have this one, you will see this console, and yeah, don't forget to call your class. Okay, if you don't call your class, you will not be able to do the query. Okay, so this is from the model that you already have, and yeah, after you have this one, of course you need to uh, use the Django.utils import the time zone, because I will need this one later, I guess. Okay, so in this case we are making the time zone. We call the library the utility, and there is one library about time zone. We will need this one to make the new information about the time. Okay, so you already learned how to filter, and then how, if I want to check the question which is start with the word what. Okay, and yeah, you know, if I want to get the data which has a primary key. Okay, so we have pk equals to 3. So at that time there is no data, and then we have pk equals to 1, which is the primary key equals to 1. And then if we want to create an object q, let's say, so this is the object related with the primary key 1. Okay. So at the time we also add some information about the choice. So one question will have several data in the choice. Okay, so we already include all the data there. And yeah, we already know how to read the data. So for example, this one, we can create the data, and then you can select the data by using the choice.objects.all. And then I want to get some data. For example, this one, I want to get the id equals to 4. And then yeah, I want to change this data. I want to change the choice text into stress. So you can see, once you call the data, the stress is not there. But once you finish the operation c.save, okay, C means this object that related to the ID number 4. And then if you save that object, then it will change to the information that you want. So yeah, we already did those things. This is a kind of summary of those query. You can get the information, and then you can, yeah, you can see like question text. What is question text? Yeah, we are trying to access the column name question text, and I want to check whether the word hello exists in the question text. Okay? So contains, okay, contains mean if the word the whole contents, the whole string in the data contains hello. So it can be in any places. So it can be in the up front of the text, it can be in the end of the text, or anything in between the text. If it contains hello, then it will appear. So we will learn also about the other. We will learn the difference between get and filter. So we want to get also the filter dot values. Okay, so what does it mean by the values? And I want to filter as well based on the ID, and the ID is on a particular number. For example, I want to select only the ID which is 1, 3, and 4. So it is a list. Okay. And if I want to do filter, okay, so filter also is available with the content. Okay, and you can also do with start with. Okay, you know already the start with. And yeah, we can do something with the aggregation. For example, we want to count how many data that you have, and order by, you want to group according to some of the data. Let's say I want to group the data based on particular date. Okay, so that's also possible. And you need to understand also how to delete, yeah, because the delete is also one of the function in the CRUD. So first, let's deal with the concept of get and filter. So this is important when you try to access your data. So when we use get, it is only read one data. Okay. When you use get, it's only to find one data. So when it finds more than one data, it's just error. Okay. So we will see that. If you want to get more than one data, you need to use filter. Okay. So it is to read all the data that satisfy the condition. So the condition should be there. For example, I want to filter the data that contains what. Then it means all the words that contain what will appear. And if it is more than one, all those will appear. If you use get, if there are many data which contain the word what, it will not appear, but it will show the error, because when you use get, you need to only have one data. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So I want to use this one, question objects get question contains. Okay, yeah, you can see when I want to use question of dot objects dot get, so we have the question text underbar contains. So you need to put the underbar. This is to distinguish between the column and the query that you want to do. So there will be a lot of queries. So it can be contains, it can be start with. Okay, so I cannot say all the functions here, but later if you need more functions, you can let me know, or you can check the Django guideline, because they have the guideline what kind of words that you can use in the SQLite database. So in this case, I would like to find the column question text which contain what. If you still remember, okay, if I open the column, if you still remember, we have three data. So we have what's up, what's your favorite pet, and how's your feeling. Okay, if we want to find the word what, it means there are two. Okay, so like this one. I guess, yeah. So you can see now the question, it written two data. So the get is not available when the data has more than one. Okay. But what about if I use this one? So I want to find the question text which contain the word how. Yes, so you have how's your feeling? Oh, okay, now my model is working. Okay, then in this case you can get the result because how is only one. Okay. Then what should I do if I want to get all those data that contains what? So you need to use filter. Okay, you need to use filter for this case, and yeah, you can get the result. What's up and what's your favorite pet? Okay. And if you want to know all the values, okay, if you want to know all the values, it shows up like this one. All the values in the data will appear in your result. So if I want to filter which the question text contain what, and I put the values here, so the values like the ID, the question text, and then the publication date will appear here. Okay, so the ID2, question text, what's your favorite pet, and then publication date is this one. Yep, so those all contents will appear in your result. And then if you want to, okay, we have a particular condition with the filter. Okay, with the filter, I want to get the question text which contain what, and I want to limit the values. So the values that contain ID and question text. So I just want to get those two attributes. I want to get those two columns. So yeah, you can get the result which contain only ID and question text. So the publication date, there is a publication date here. We will not show, we will not see the publication date because we want to see only two columns, ID and question text. And yeah, when you want to filter, okay, if you in the previous one we just want to filter the question text with content of what. Okay. Oh, I guess it is the same. Yeah. Why I put the same one? Yeah, it's okay. I just want to repeat this one. Okay. So if you want to, let's say I want to see the data with ID in 3 and 1. So I want to make a set of data, or I want to make a list, and this list will be the condition of the ID. So the ID which is 1 and 3 and other related numbers in the list will appear. So if you can create the list, so maybe if you make your own method to create the list, and there are some numbers in the list that you want to show, if you already make like the condition, and then the result will be a list. So you want to put the list into the filter, then yeah, you can also show this one. So in this case, the ID number 1 is what's up, then the ID number 3 is how's your feeling. Okay, so if you still remember this one, actually the result from the model, okay, if you see the model here, yeah, you already have the str, you are executing the question text. Okay. So the question, whenever you call the class, it will appear the question text. So it's also the same with the choice. Whenever you call choice, it will appear the choice text. Choice text is the column that contain the text. So let me just back this one. So we have the next one is about choice. Okay, you can also deal with value list. What is value list? Okay. So in the value list, you are making the list of this data. Okay, so we are making all the data into a list. So you can see the list is the square bracket. So this is starting with the square bracket, and then you want to put all the data into the list. So this one is one tuple, one, not zero. What does it mean? If you click on the choice text in the choice column, sorry, in the choice table, okay, in the choice table there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 columns. The first is ID, and the next is choice, votes, and question ID. If you take a look on the model, okay, so in the model we have question. So question is to connect with the question. So if the question equals to 1, then it will have a relation with the question number 1, and the choice text, it means the answer. Okay, so the answer which is related to question number 1, it means one question can have several answers. And then fourth, you know, in the social media, or in if you create your own blog, and if you want to get the audience response, so you can just put one column votes. It is assumed that you have the numbers. So I don't want to make complicated, but maybe we can discuss it later about this kind of mechanism in the web. So if you have the votes, then you have the integer, okay? And then the default will be 0. Okay? We want to start with the number 0. So that's why all the numbers are 0 for this data. If you see here 1 and not much 0. So it is the data, okay, 1 and not much, votes 0, and the question ID is 1. Okay, maybe the order is not the same with this data in the column. So the question ID is in the front, but in the table it shows a little bit different order. And you can do with the list. Okay, so the list is also the same. So in the list you were making the ID. If you can check this one, if you are just using the filter and the get, you will make it as the dictionary. Okay, you still remember dictionary? Yeah, it contains the key and value. Key and values. The key is the column name. Okay, the value is the value of that column in the respect of the primary key. So if you use the value list, you will not see the column name. You will not see this attribute name, choice text, vote, question ID. You will not see it. So it's just only the value. Now, if I want to check the value list and I want to order by the choice text, do you know what is order by? So order by, it means you want to sort the values. And when you sort the value, I want to check this on the choice text. So you can see here, what is the order? The order is based on the ID, because it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's very good to see the order based on this ID. But if I want to check based on the choice text, it is NTJS, it's SA. So it's not in the order. And if I want to order by, okay, then you can see now the number 7, the primary key number 7, which is angry, become first, and then 5 become next, and then 3 becomes next. It's just hacking. And then go to 1, which is not much, sad, stress, and the sky. Okay. So with this sort, we can also do with different column, okay, because we don't have other column to sort by. So let's just use the choice text for this information. So, but yeah, basically you can use values or you can use value list. If you use the value list, means you want to just see the values in the list. So the word order by, basically it is to sort the data in accordance to a particular column. So you saw the previous example, you want to sort based on the choice text. Now let's see from other example here. If I want to get the ID 4 from the choice, yeah, so yeah, I want to get C, which is the choice objects ID 4, and okay, I want to update the C. Okay, what is the C? Okay, so you can see choice. Oh, maybe I just see this one. Okay, now it's stress. Okay, yeah, maybe you are so stressed because of this course. Okay, let's say yeah, C dot votes equal to 5. Can you understand what does it mean? Yeah, I want to update the column vote and the value of stress I want to change into 5. Okay. So if you have finished, then you need to save it. Okay. After you save this, then if you refresh, yeah, you can see now the value become 5. So you can also access the data using this text. You will need this kind of query because later when you develop your Django environment, you need to access the data through the code. Yeah, so you cannot just show this table, but you need to access from the code. So that's why you need to learn how to make the code for this one. You can also use the functions in the usual SQL, which is minus. So when you have minus, it means you want to order based on the descending. You know, in the order by, we can have the ascending and descending. Ascending means we want to order from the smallest to largest. But descending, we want to order by the values from the largest to the smallest. So if I put this order by minus 4, it means I want to get from the highest. Okay, we just update stress. Okay, stress, there are 5 votes, but the other has 0. So because the other has 0, then it just show the text, and the order of this value is based on the ID. Okay. Now, if I want to order by with 2 columns, okay, if I want to order by with 2 columns, what happened? So I want to order by with choice text, and then I want to order with votes. So for example, if I have the same choice text, or the word is the same, like stress and sad. Okay, so it start with S, it start with S, and also this T, and this is A. So actually, sad will come first. Okay, so let's see if I want to check based on the first option choice text and the next is vote. So yeah, this one. Yeah, you can see angry is the first because of the choice text. Happy and not much. Sad, stress, sky. Oh yeah, it's still the same with this order. So sad becomes the first, and then stress becomes the next. Do you know why? Yeah, because of course the choice text as SADA is is earlier than T. So that's why we will see set first and then stress. If you have the same data, exactly the same, then it will check based on the other column. For example, yeah, here we want to use votes, so the votes will appear. Okay. If you want to filter first, okay, and then yeah, you can combine some functions. Yeah. First, I want to filter if the votes equal to 0, and then let's order by the choice text. Okay. Then yeah, what you can get is angry, happy, just hacking again, not much, sad, and the sky. So the stress, it does not appear here because the vote equal to 5. And yeah, I want to make time zone. Oh, I guess I think I already make this one. Okay, so okay, let me call again. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I will call again the time zone, and let's have a function current year. So in this function, I want to know the year. Okay, so I can have the time now, but I want to get the exact value of the year. If you have the time now, it means you will include the year, month, day, hour, minute, until second. But if you want to get only a particular value, which is year, then you can just use the dot year. You can also use dot month, you can use dot day in order to get also the exact value. Now, the current year, okay, if you check this one, the current year is 2020 because this year is 2020. And let's say I want to find the questions according to the current year. So I want to get the objects where the publication date and the year, okay? So the publication date and where is the year equals to the current year. So you know that some query you already learned before was like contain, start with, okay? So you can also do with the basic time related query, which is year, month, and day. Okay. Oops, error. Why? Do you know why? If I open this question, do you know why? Yes, you're correct. Because there are 3 data which has been published on 2020. So using the get, it's not possible because get is only to get 1 data. So you need to use the filter in order to show all the data. Okay. Once you use filter, you will see those 3 data. Okay. And yeah, after you have those, you will check this. For example, I want to filter the publication date, which is which have the, okay, let's see this one. So I want to filter from question which publication date and year is current year. Okay, can you understand this one? So I want to get from the choice actually. So I don't want to get from the question. So from the choice, let's filter. Okay, let's filter from the publication date. You know where is the publication date? The publication date is in the question table. So I need to access the question, and let's make the condition is the publication date, and where is the year equals to the current year. Okay. So the result will be yeah, all, okay, because I have the data in this current year. Okay. So with this kind of filter, you can do the query with two tables. Okay, so you need to remember how can you query with the two tables. And next is about how can you delete. Oh, sorry, maybe I need to do this one as well. Okay, so if I want to yeah, the choice text starts with angry. Okay, so yeah, you can get this, you know, the start with already. Okay, and let's say I want to do the uh, deletion. Okay, so let's suppose I want to get the ID number 6. What is it? ID number 6? So the ID number 6 is set. Okay, yeah, I want to get the ID number 6 and I want to delete the ID. I don't want to use this row, or I don't want to use this data anymore. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I need to make the object. Okay, in order to add or in order to delete the data, you need to make an object. It will be easier for you to delete or you want to add the data. So now I just use as. So as is an object, and you want to save the object into a particular variable, which is as. And after you have the as, I want to delete. Okay, how can I delete this? You can just call as.delete. Okay, so it's easy. Just now it will be deleted from your choice. Okay, now number 6 is not in the list. So if you call again objects all, yeah, word set is not in the list anymore. Okay. Yes, I think there are still some content here which is about how to changes the DB schema. Let's say if I want to put this one, this one is in the table choice. If in the table choice in models, okay, I want to put one more column, dislike. Okay, so both means you like the question, but you want to have one more column which is dislike, and it use models, it use integer, and it use the value is 0. Okay, now after you change this schema, what you need to do is again to do the make migration, and again you need to migrate. Okay, so you already know how to make migration. Okay, so the python manage.py, it is the command that you have in the tools. Okay, if you are using the tools, so you can see this is the manage.py. So python manage.py here. Yeah, you can see now you have the comment here, and then after this one you need to again make migrations and call the app that you have. Okay, so it shows that you have one more field. This is dislike, and the field will be added to the choice. So don't forget to migrate. Okay, so you will need to migrate. After you do the migrate, yeah, now we have a new column dislike in the choice. If you check on this migration, you can see here, yeah, the new dislike has been added into your model. Okay, so it means you can use the new data, and once you have the data, let's just call again. Okay, because I guess if you don't call it, maybe it will not appear like what we already did before. Okay, and after you have this one, let's get the choice. Okay, so yeah, we have choice, not much, the sky, just hacking, stressed, and this one. Okay, but we cannot see the detail. Let's see the object with the value list. Okay, the value list. Maybe it's better to do this one. Okay, so you can see there is a column dislike. Okay, so the dislike has been added here. And oh, why it doesn't appear in the query? I guess I need to do a refresh, and then let's do one more time. Oh, I guess I need to start again. Shell. Oh, yeah, it happens again with the query. So I guess it needs some I don't know, rerun something. So it's still creating the console. Okay, now let me start again with the from new post. Okay, and then after you have this one, let's just go to the value list. Yep, okay, now it appears. Okay, so you previously you just saw there are only 1 0, but now we have 2 zeros. So the first 0 is for the vote and the other 0 is for the dislike. Okay, then yeah, every time you have updated the models, you need to refresh the console, this one. And let's say if you want to get the values, okay, so the values on the choice is, yep, you can see all the column names, ID, and the value one, question ID one, and choice tag is not much, vote 0, and dislike 0. Okay, so yeah, you can learn many things in this chapter, but it's not everything. Okay, so yeah, you learn many things for at least the basic CRUD, the create, update, and delete. So all those things might be useful for your basic web development. And yeah, for the next chapter, we will deal more how to do with some functions in the HTML file. Okay, so I think I will stop here. So if you have any question or if you have any comments, just feel free to send me email. Okay, I guess until now I already solved some of your problems with regard to the database, but if you still have some issues, just let me know by email. Okay, thank you very much for listening. See you on the next video.